I've been playing. I got to play a little bit of Anthem, not much, maybe about an hour or so.
I played maybe like a little more than that. Let's say 2 hours.
Okay.
And you bought it though, right?
I did. So Gretchen and I are playing it together. I like what I've played so far. It's a nice looking game. The controls are good. Like it's fun to fly around and dodge and shoot things. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff I haven't figured out yet, but again, I'm only an hour in and there's a lot going on. But it's odd to me. So we were squatted up. Are you always squatted up with 4 people? Like I know nothing. Okay. Can you not do that? Can you only be 2 people?
I don't think so. I think you can either play alone or with 4 people. Or
Looks like you're going to be swinging, Ship.
I don't think you can do alone.
Can you not just do like a private thing and not let other people join your game?
I honestly don't know.
The problem there with it being 4 people is that then you never control the pace of what you're playing, and it's a game like where there's resources and stuff that you want to go pick up, but at the same time the game is like constantly telling you like that it's going to warp you to where the rest of your team is at.
Yeah, 18, 19.
Right, it's like a constant countdown to just like sprint through the level as fast as possible. And that's not really enjoyable. That's not like.
What about when you when you finished the mission and got cut into the hub world and you get separated from your party? Is that annoying?
I guess we haven't dealt with that too much yet.
Okay.
So, I mean, we were in the same party. So we just both went back to the hub world and did our thing, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But it seems like it has pretty good bones to it. It just needs to. I need to figure out what the game like structure is and everything.
I think that seems to be what I've heard. Like the actual mechanics are very good, at least, and I agree with you there. I've heard that there's not that much meat on those bones. One of the things that kind of, again, I also didn't play much, but one of the things that for me is kind of a bummer is, I picked my armor and I put my Iron Man paint job on it, and that was fun, and that's fine. But you don't, you collect weapons, and you can collect buffs for your costume, but you can't collect things to change the way your costume looks. You can only use the in-game credits to buy new things for the way your costume looks, and the things for your costume don't have any effect on the costume. And I'm like, well, then what's the point?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like, I haven't played enough to understand all the systems yet, but
there's guns, and you get different guns.
Yeah, no, I got some different guns.
Better than other guns.
Right, I got the gun.
I'm pretty
thing
sure
down.
that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
You're like unlocking abilities and stuff though as well.
Kinda. You can get. I mean, there's the homing missiles that I have, and I unlock sticky grenades. So I guess there's different stuff you can do.
Don't you think you're sort of wasting your time by playing it now? Because they're probably going to tweak it a lot over the next 6 months or so. It's probably going to be better.
I mean, I'm only playing my 10-hour trial, so
right.
There's nothing to lose with that. Well, I mean, if it gets good later, and I say, "Hey, this is good," then you guys can
buy it when it's cheap,
right?
Or maybe it'll be on EA Access in 6 months from now. You never know,
right?
I don't know I don't know how well it's selling.
It's odd to me though, like. So these it's got like around a 60 Metacritic score.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't.
Metacritic score is like a 60.
It's odd to me. It feels like everybody piled on it. I
don't know if you're wrong or right. I will say 60 is very low for a AAA game. 60 is very low for anything that has the BioWare name slapped on it.
Yeah,
I am wondering if maybe. It feels more, I mean, again, I only played 2 hours, but you could really tell, at least for me in those 2 hours, is that this seems more like a vehicle to get you to buy things than a vehicle to get you to play a video game. And because I'm pretty sure that's what EA wanted. And I think that's why it's getting low scores.
Well, it's like they said, we want a Destiny, make us a Destiny.
Yeah.
And they had a spreadsheet. And here's all the things.
and
It's
the
more
thing
mission
that
based than Destiny,
and
though,
the-
right? Like you're like
Huh?
going to play a mission and then coming back.
I mean,
You like that better? What
No,
you
no,
saying?
it's just like it doesn't seem to be the big open world like drop in thing.
well,
like
there is
Destiny
I mean, there is an open world that you can go to. I did a little bit of the free roam, but the free roam is very quiet, to put it mildly. When I played it, I don't think I found one bad guy when I was in free roam, or maybe like 3, and there wasn't much to do. So maybe that I assume that'll change. Like in time also, that's probably one of the things they just need to, figure out what they're going to do with that. The things that Destiny did right, both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 is I felt that the loot system and the gear system and the weapons in Destiny, whether they're interesting or not, they do a really good job of making you think that new weapons are really interesting. And they do a really good job of making you think that this new helmet is interesting, and collecting gear and changing the way you look constantly and keeping you going because you're changing the way you look. I'm going to get this new gun, and you could change your guns. Well, you could also change your guns as you're, in mission. You don't have to sit through 3 loading screens just to swap your new weapon for another weapon. They went with that Engram style thing also in Anthem that Destiny has, but in Destiny it's not the only thing. And that's, yes, that's the only reason, you go to the hub world, you check out your engrams, maybe you do some other little things while you're there, but that's sort of the main reason to go there. And that's sort of like an added reward on top of getting stuff that you got. In this game, it's all just waiting till the mission is over to know what your new gear is, and I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Hopefully they figure it out, because I do think the game plays well.
Yeah,
it's
I do not argue that at all.
right. It's kind of weird. I have a hard time telling what my health is. Like it shows you on screen at all times like what your teammate's health is. But I couldn't figure out for the life of me. And again, I had not played that much of it, but it was not intuitive to me that I could tell like how close I was to dying. I never died, but like 'cause Gretchen was like, she went down like 3 or 4 times because she wasn't noticing that like the red grenades were killing her. I don't know if you've run into those, Wombat.
Maybe.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
old red ones.
The red. Well, I will say this: I would play with you guys if you need
Good.
at least a third.
We'll do
out of
that.
your
Yeah, we
4.
need somebody else to like not sprint ahead. Like
Yep.
we're not
and you
looking
can all ogle at my Iron Man colors.
right. We're not looking to be in the party that gets to the finish line first.
Yeah. I like that the game starts you off with 40,000 credits, in-game credits, and which seems like a lot, but like an alternate helmet is 15,000 credits. I'm like, well, that's like too much. And then there's the N7 sticker. Like BioWare knows that people really just want more Mass Effect, and the N7 sticker is 36,000 credits. So you could just use them all of them. And I found you don't make that many from doing missions, at least not yet.
Oh,
Maybe
imagine that.
Maybe it piles on as you play. I know, and I think that might be, why the review scores might be low. Is I think, this game it's Anthem, nickel and dime.
I don't know. Anthem.
Anthem, the nickel.
Anthem. Check it out in a few months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.